chocolate is arguably the most popular treat among all humankind. This common cocoa confection collectively contributes to a $100 billion industry that is growing every single year. In 2017, all of us humans ate a combined total of 7.7 million metric tons of chocolate. To help put that into perspective, imagine a regular chocolate bar produced by the Hershey's Chocolate Company. In order to keep up with global demand, the Hershey's company would have to produce 179 billion chocolate bars. This column of cocoa would be roughly 985 kilometers tall. For reference, space begins at 100 kilometers from the surface of the Earth. Humans love chocolate. Particularly, humans living here love chocolate the most. Of the 10 highest chocolate consuming countries, 7 of them are located within the borders of continental Europe. They are Switzerland, Austria, Germany, the UK, Sweden, Belgium, and France. Which is interesting considering the fact that chocolate didn't even get to Europe until 3,200 years after its first known use, in Mesoamerica, all the way over here. You see, it was the Olmec people that first discovered chocolate. Now, little is known as to what they actually used chocolate for, but it's pretty much agreed upon that they used only for rituals and religious purposes rather than for personal use. The Maya, however, left more for us to go on. Surviving writings show that the Maya believed that cacao was a drink of the gods, specifically Kon, the rain god, and Ek Chua, the god of cacao, for which every year they held a ritual in his honor. Cacao is present in virtually every aspect of Mayan life. They utilized it for rituals, feasts, festivals, funerals, medicine, and currency. In the Mayan world, 10 cacao beans could buy you a rabbit. Not bad. By 1400 CE, the Aztecs conquered most of Mesoamerica, and while the Aztecs were great at many things like advanced agriculture, universal education, creating calendars, and extremely efficient human sacrifice, the Aztecs actually didn't have a way to farm cacao themselves. Instead, they collected cacao from their conquered territories and collected it as a tax, again using it as a form of currency. In order to keep the cacao economy growing, the Aztecs needed to keep conquering territories. This created a culture of warriors that were just as good as killing as they were at charting the stars. Cacao, naturally, was also a part of the military life. Each soldier was given a ration of chocolate to be with them along with their other supplies. You might ask yourself at first, why would the Aztecs give their soldiers chocolate if it was such a precious resource? Morale may seem like a good answer at first, but I think there's a deeper meaning behind it. You see, chocolate contains both theobromine and phenethylamine, the latter of which increases heart rate, and the former of which acts as a central nervous stimulant. These, combined with dopamine that's released in the brain as soon as you consume it, help create a potent concoction of stimulants for the user. Now, I think if you were raising a culture of warriors, you'd want them to have every advantage possible. So having them take stimulants with them on the battlefield is a great idea. Interestingly enough, this is a very similar thing that the United States military does. Every soldier in the United States military is given a ration of chocolate known as a D-bar. In 1519, Hernan Cortez was the first European to try chocolate 3,000 years after its first historical appearance. They didn't like it, not at first. Jose de Acosta, a Spanish missionary in the New World, described Aztec chocolate as loathsome to such as are not acquainted with it, having a thick froth that is unpleasant to the taste. Yeah, in an irony of history, the Aztec conquerors became the conquered, and to the victors go the spoils. Chocolate finally made its way to Europe. At first, Europeans tried to recreate the old world style by adding spices to the mix and frothing it up, but this quickly faded away. There was even confusion as to what to call this new food. There are many theories as to what the word chocolate means and comes from, but there really aren't any conclusive answers. In 1729, the first cocoa grinder was invented. In 1815, Dutch chemist Conrad van Houten introduced alkaline salts to chocolate to reduce its bitterness, making it more resemble the chocolate we know today. Chocolate is as present as ever before, and as the Aztecs and Europeans sought to conquer new lands, so too has humanity as a whole set our sights on new frontiers. In this new era of exploration, it's hard to say exactly where humanity will end up, but wherever we do find ourselves, you can be sure that chocolate will follow closely behind. Thank you.